Hi there, my name's Cav and I'll be going over the business accounts training material, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to create template transactions. Template transactions are a feature of professional and enterprise versions of accounts. They are a quick and easy way to add sales, purchases or transfers that have the same description from account to account or amount. So, if you look at the sales menu at the top here, you'll find within there something called template sales. That's where we're going to be working. If you look in the payments option, here's where you can set up your template purchases, and in the general option you see template transfers. So you can set up your templates for all the different books and you find them via the relevant menu. So we're in template sales, and here we're going to add a new line for our common template transaction. We hit the green plus button to add a new line and we give it a name. I'm going to be creating one for consultancy and the hours I work, so I'm going to call it hours worked in the name. Now the name is only there for this template and it's there for your reference. It won't be on a document or in the blue books when you see it in the table. It's there for your reference when you're selecting them. Now the customer I'm going to leave optional, so I'm not going to specify it because my work can be for different customers. Reference I'm going to leave blank again because invoice numbers go in there if we use the invoice designer and that mechanism. And now we're going to specify the from and to accounts. So as it's consultancy work, I'm going to select my consultancy sales account, and as it's work on credit, I get paid later, I'm going to select unpaid invoices. If I got paid directly to the bank, I would have specified the bank, or if it was cash, I'd specify cash. Now you see it's not ticked paid because it's invoices unpaid in the to account. Now because it's hours, I want to turn on a new column. So you can turn on columns in the system by right clicking on any column header, or control click if you're on a Mac and you don't have a 2-button mouse. Select columns, and now you can see the column visibility. Now there's a visible section and a hidden section. In the hidden are all of the columns you may turn on. So I'm going to look here and find unit price. And now in the middle I press show. And now unit price is on the visible side, and I close. And there is the unit price column. Now I'm going to reorder this by dragging it in front of the total amount and putting it into a new position. So my hours cost is £25 per hour. Press enter and it's put it into the total amount. Now in the blue book we can turn on quantity and then specify the hours worked. But we'll show you that later on when I do the blue book transaction. Okay, so we'll give it the VAT code. Remember, if you press spacebar you can see a full list of available accounts, and I select standard. And now I'm going to give it the description. Now in here I'm going to say I have worked X hours. Yeah, so I've said I have worked X hours. You can have a multiple line description, you can have very long descriptions, and you can adjust this description later. So when I use this I can adjust that X and say exactly how many hours I've had. Okay, so that's my template created. We can have as many of these as we like for all different types of sales or different types of transactions that you want to enter. And now if we go to the blue book or to the relevant book, you'll see that there's this stamp icon here. Now this is your templates stamp icon and how you enter the new template transactions. Now if you had to do this for the red book, you go to the red and you'd enter the stamp there, and if you go to the green you'd hit the stamp there. So we're going to do it in the blue, and we're going to add some consultancy hours work. We select the hours worked and it's going to enter the line into the system for me. You can see that the description's there. I'm going to make this column smaller and this one bigger by adjusting it. And you can see that everything I have specified is there. So I'm going to give it the date of this job, which was the 5th. The customer I'm going to leave for this example. We'll do customers later. And now you can see that it's put in 1 hour's work. So now let's say this was actually 2 hours work. So I'm going to change this to 2. And I'm also going to turn on a quantity column now for my sales. So same as before, right click on any of the column headers, select columns, and let's find quantity. Hit the show button to turn it on, close to close that, and we can also readjust this column. So let's move this before the total amount, and let's say it was 2 hours work. So you can see it's now adjusted the total amount and the VAT amounts figures, and everything's done. Okay, so that's how we go ahead and use these template sales. It enables you to quickly add your sales or purchases or transfers into the system. Okay, we'll see how to invoice customers in another video where we can also use templates, so we can very quickly raise a document, invoice a customer, add the information and send it to that customer. But you'll see that information in our template transactions on a sales document video. So we'll do a new video on the sales documents.